Okay, hello. We're back. Seemed like only yesterday I was standing in front of my telephone, like I am now, and doing this, lecturing. But it's for a different class. This summer, of course, you're enrolled in environmental science, and it's a dramatically different class from the ones I was teaching. It's kind of a fun class because we talk about how things work and problems associated with the world, but in sort of a different way. It really gets into the nuts and bolts of how and why things work the way they do, the reason behind global warming, pollution, issues with plastics, why is polystyrene not recycled when other plastics are, all of this kind of stuff. And your book, I really like your book, and that's why I agreed to originally teach this class, because it gets into stuff that everyone wonders about. Like this thing. Look at this thing. You know what that is? That's a cell phone. And the question is, have you ever wondered, how the heck does the cell phone know where my finger touches? We're going to talk about that. That's the first thing we're going to get into. We're going to try and understand how a cell phone does that. Okay? All right, so we have to start at the very, very beginning, the real basics of it all. And we have some concepts we have to talk about. And the very first one is matter. What is matter? It's everything. Everything around you is made of matter. And it is anything that takes up space and has mass. Now, this matter, if you think about the stuff around you, it varies, right? It could be the stuff, books, or the wood of this bookcase, or this whatever this white stuff is that a whiteboard is made from. And that would be what you would call a solid. And then in your glass, maybe you've got a soda or an energy drink, saying, oh my God, I have to listen to this guy. So you need the energy drink or the caffeine in your soda or your coffee. And that would be a liquid. Now, everything, we'll talk here in a few minutes, we'll talk about how everything is composed of atoms. And so when we talk about solids and liquids, we're talking about atoms being really close together. And then when we say, well, if you have water boiling on the stove, the water molecule, the water disappears, right? And it becomes steam. And what happens is those atoms move further and further apart from each other. And so that's the gas stage. Now, there's one other state of life, and it's called plasma. By the way, I'm a biologist. I'm not a chemist, and I'm certainly not a physicist. I honestly can't tell you exactly what it is, but plasma is a fourth state that matter can take. And so we're just going to leave it at that, because we're not going to talk about plasma during the course of this class this summer. So when we have these things, this matter consists of atoms which are categorized as elements. And so when you have different kinds of atoms and you mix them together, you can have what we call a homogeneous mixture, or you can have a heterogeneous mixture. And homogeneous means that it is uniform throughout. So if you were to check the mixture in any location, the composition would be the same as another location. A heterogeneous mixture, in contrast to that, is a mixture where if you check over here, there'd be a different composition of atoms from over there. So it's not uniform. And as we said, all of this, everything that we've talked about so far in this class, all 4 minutes and 45 seconds of it, has related to atoms. Okay, so that is lecture number 1 of a gazillion. I don't know how many. A lot. Talk to you again here in a few minutes.